Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Scroll Wars. I know it's been a while since the last upload. I said I was gonna upload these pretty soon, but new things happened and I wasn't able to record these. Mostly because I was playing Stardew Valley, which is a good game. Don't think I'm gonna upload that just yet. I'm gonna hold off on uploading that. I think I'll do the co-op when it comes out, or who knows? Maybe if I do upload videos of it, it won't be a playthrough of the game because it could be like it would be a very long game to play with how much time I need to spend on a game like that. It'd be a very long playthrough. I'd enjoy it, but the thing is that it would kind of constrict my time on playing it. I mean, unless I kind of want to have some semblance of quality, I suppose, on my videos. I kind of contradict myself all the time, though. But anyway, yeah, I want to have some semblance of quality, and there'd be too much background noise, I suppose, if I did that. Which, I mean, if people are okay with, then I'll just do it anyway. But yeah, it's more of a game for streaming, I think. I think that's what it's more for. Yeah. If I was able to stream it, I probably would stream it instead of oh. About that, my phone rang. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I decided to, you know, leave that out of the video. But anyway, I guess let's talk about Stardew Valley. Why not? It's a pretty fun game. If you're looking for a good single-player game, then I'd recommend it. This stage. I kind of was lucky that I was able to get the SR point without restarting the whole stage. You'll find out what I mean. In the later on in the stage, but let me look up what you need to do to get the SR point. I almost forgot about that. I think you need to defeat all the enemies within your 5th or 6th player phase. One thing I will recommend is try to have some more units that can move. I guess have a bit more units going towards the upper left here. I was kind of lucky and I just barely had enough units. Because after you defeat all the enemies, a boss appears in the upper left. Just so you know. And Margaret, if you fulfill the condition, Margaret should join you on this stage. She joins you after defeat her or the other guy that appears with her. And I think you might want to defeat that other guy first. I think I defeated Margaret first here, but I think you might want to defeat that other guy first. But anyway, let me see, flowchart, and what's the last thing we need to do? Oh yeah, clear the map by 6th player phase, so by turn 6th player phase. And the next stage, the final stage, doesn't have an SR point, but I will say that it is difficult, and it did take me a second try. And it sped up a lot, as I've said. I think I said in the last episode. So just prepare for that, I guess. I was originally gonna show the credits, but the credits had like copyrighted music in it, so I decided not to do that. Otherwise, I would have shown it. Let's see, what else was I gonna mention? Alright, I guess I'll talk about Stardew Valley for a little bit. At this point in the game, there's not really any like too much strategy that I can tell you on how to get these SR points, since we've done these kind of objectives for these. We've done this type of SR point so many times that you really couldn't have gotten this far if. Well, I'm not sure what other strategies I could say actually on this stage besides the ones I've already said. I guess make sure all your units have the same. Try to make sure your units have continuous action. Try to do, I guess, as much damage to as many different enemies as possible. You know, all that stuff. I kind of forgot that people that might just be watching the stage, watching this video specifically on how to beat the stage or how to get the SR point. So, yeah. But anyway, that's over and done with. Yeah, Stardew Valley. As some of you may or may not know, I've always been a big fan of Harvest Moon. The reason I haven't uploaded any videos of me playing Harvest Moon is because of how long it can take. So I'm thinking that if I'm gonna upload a video of me playing through a Harvest Moon game, it won't be like showing me showing every day. It'd probably be showing my progress after a few months or something like that. I don't know. Maybe what I could have done was record the whole thing and then edit it into certain edit it into chunks showing certain things what I did. That might be a not so bad idea next time I play through a Harvest Moon game or something. What I mean, I kind of was mumbling to myself there, but what I mean by that is I would record myself playing the game, and then, I don't know, maybe after I'm done with a week, I just cut out everything that is not, like, important, and, like, only show events that happen within a week, or something like that, within a week in game. I think that might be something interesting I can do. But I won't do that, maybe until at least co-op of the Stardew Valley, or maybe if I play a Harvest Moon game outside of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley isn't a Harvest Moon game, but it's a Harvest Moon clone. Oh. Oh, I forgot that guy shows up. Graham, he shows up here. Completely forgot about that, but he's a pushover pretty much at this point. Just deal with him as you would any other boss. I will say one thing, if you're planning on going to the next stage, you know, without me uploading next episode, and that's save your spirit points. Make sure that all your units can at least do, if they are able to, at least Valor or Soul and Sense, or something like that, or something like Sense. So something that gives them 100% accuracy. So make sure they're able to do Soul, Valor, Aim, or something like Aim, and I guess be able to dodge or be able to withstand a hit from the final boss with Invisible, or maybe even what is it? I forget what the one that lets you only take 1/4 damage for a turn. I think that's called Guard or something. The thing is that now that I've actually beaten the game, there's some things I want to talk about and that I have done so, but I don't think it's appropriate, considering, I think it's kind of appropriate, you know, but, because it is it's the second to last stage, but I kind of don't want to spill all my thoughts on the game on this episode, because then I'll have nothing to talk about on the final episode, so that won't happen. Wait, this will be the first Super Robot Wars game I beat. I think this was the first Super Robot Wars game I did beat, actually, now that I think about it. I first played J, but I think like midway through J, I switched over and played this one, beat this, and then went back to J. Well, the sad thing is that once I beat this, I thought to myself that after this playthrough is done, I almost have no reason to ever go back to this game, which is kind of sad. Kind of sad, I guess. Especially since this is a game I do enjoy, but if I were to go back to a game, I guess I'd go back to South Side Hen instead of this one. But even then, after the next playthrough of South Side Hen, I'll probably never play South Side Hen again. These games are fun, but they take a long time. I think this is like a 50 to 40 hour game. Maybe 30 to 40 hour game, I think. And when you think about that, I've skipped through all the cutscenes. Like, I mean, I sped through them, but I wasn't like actually reading them. So your game time could have been a lot longer if you actually knew how to read Japanese. And one of these days, I suppose I'll learn Japanese. I tried to teach myself, but then that ain't working well. Well, it's not that it ain't working well. I don't keep up with my studies, I suppose you could say. Like, I don't study enough. If I just, like, you know, did it every day, did some studying every day, I probably could have learned it already, or, you know, learned something, but I haven't been doing that, and it's just been, you know, well, you wouldn't know, but it's been too busy. The problem is I'm also taking some Spanish classes, and well, funny thing is that when you're trying to learn two languages at the same time, it's kind of weird. It messes with your brain a little bit. I think people who have kind of done something like that have know what I'm talking about, because this is weird. But when people were talking to me in Spanish, for some reason, like when I thought when I was thinking of for a split second, I would think of the answer. I would think of the Spanish word and the kind of the Japanese word at the same time, and I would almost say the Japanese like word as well, like for simple things. And I thought that was kind of weird. And then I thought to myself, oh no, I'm gonna be a weeaboo, and then I stopped. But no, that's not what I thought. But it was kind of it was like interrupting my other studies, so I decided to drop Japanese in the meantime. But sure, I think Japanese would be a cool language to learn. There are many games that I like that are kind of Japanese only, mainly this series. So I would like to learn Japanese so mainly I could just play these games knowing what the heck is actually going on. Because if an English patch of this were to come out, or if I were to learn, you know, Japanese and be able to actually understand what's going on, I'd probably play through these entire Z series again, because I can actually read. But I don't know when this is gonna happen, but soon I'm gonna open up a Spanish channel. It actually already exists. It's called Jackerin ESP. I haven't uploaded anything to it yet. I tried to try to make a pilot episode, but that didn't turn out too well because, well, I guess you could call me Hispanic. I was born in the United States, but I don't speak Spanish that much. I can understand when people talk for the most part, but speaking is kind of meh for me. So that's unfortunate. But I just been thinking of starting one just so I can sort of like help myself. It's kind of be a little bit more motivation, because I was thinking of, you know, playing some Spanish video games to sort of immerse myself in the language a little bit, because I think playing some Spanish video games, you know, and like what my main idea was, I would play some like games in Spanish. I would speak out the dialogue so I could practice my speaking, and I would you know, maybe hope to try to learn any new words for context clues, realize certain, you know, how to say certain words in certain situations, you know, that kind of thing. And I think I'm gonna try to start doing that sometime soon, and I don't know how far I'll get with that. It won't be updated as frequently as this channel. I thought of making also. It's definitely going to be a secondary channel because it's something that not everybody's going to want. I think having by two different uploading a lot of videos instead of different languages on the same channel would be kind of, I guess, confusing for people. Not confusing, but some people don't want to see that, and you know, it's just not neat, I suppose you could say. You know, I get off on these tangents too much, and I say and some stuff too much. I need to stop doing that. But if you're interested in hearing my broken Spanish, I think eventually, maybe later today, I'll put the channel in my description, to be automatically put on my description. The description, not subscription, description in my description for the videos. And hey, it's Holland. I don't think the gecko actually ever comes back. I kind of thought I was screwed at this point, by the way, but I pulled through. The save states, of course, but still pulled through. Also, Holland is on your team now, and if you'd gotten the 50 kills with him before a certain stage, he's still in his SP booster. I think I recall that he got wrecked pretty fast if he wasn't in that, and you haven't upgraded him. So if he's not in this, you're probably gonna get wrecked. But I don't know why I said it like that. And anyway, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll put my other channel in the description from now on. There's a setting on your if you don't know, on YouTube you can set certain defaults. I don't know if you have to be I don't know if there's any prerequisites for that, but yeah. So yeah, that's what it is pretty much. I'll just put it there. I don't know when I'll upload videos on it, but if you're interested in hearing me speak broken Spanish, and you're Hispanic yourself, then or Spanish I should say, then Hispanic Spanish, that kind of thing, or speak Spanish, then you can go over there and see if I've uploaded a video. I decided that I might as well upload it, because maybe some people will get some humor out of it, and maybe it'll eventually evolve for me to have both an English-speaking channel and a Spanish-speaking channel. If I ever do learn Japanese, maybe I'll make a Japanese channel too. No, I think 2 channels would be too much for me. It'd break my tiny little mind. And I wouldn't do that until I really know Japanese, which I don't, so that's unfortunate. And here's Holland's SP booster. If you notice weird little visual glitches, that's the way I'm recording the game. It's probably that the system can't send the the USB probably can't send the data fast enough or something, or there's a little bit of a connection issue. That's probably the reason why. But yeah, that's what it is. It smells soup. Odd, but yeah. But I'm still deciding what I should do first on Spanish YouTube channel. I tried Pokemon Fire Red, since I've never played Fire Red. At that time, I'd never beaten any of the first or second generation games, but now I bought Heart Gold and I beat Heart Gold. So I kind of don't want to, you know, go through that kind of, go through the Kano again, go through Kano again. So soon after I beat Heart Gold. I beat it a while ago, but you know, it's still kind of too close for my taste, I suppose. Maybe I'll do Mega Man Star Force again. No. Now I'm done for Star Force for a long time. Long time. Maybe for like a 10th year anniversary thing, I'll do it. Well, I'll see what happens eventually, I suppose. An interesting sort of thing, I was kind of, I guess, kind of forced, or my network kind of did a weird thing with YouTube where they're kind of connected with YouTube and my channel at the same time. So now I'm earning even less money from my videos, I think. So, you know, that's great. Please. Wait a minute. What? YouTube Red revenue? What? Oh, I guess some people are watching my videos on YouTube Red. Huh. I guess it's just to help you analyze how many people are watching your videos through normal YouTube, or just through YouTube Red, and that's like less than 1%, I think. Actually, it might just be exactly 1%, but who knows? Where are my demographics, I wonder? It was at a weird spot for a while. So I have 80% male and 20% female. Those are the people who watch me. And they're in the most of them are in the 18 to 24 range. And then 25 to 34, 35 to 44. And then the fourth highest is 13 to 17. A lot of older people watch me, huh? What are you doing watching me? No, thanks for watching me. Who watches me from Japan? Oh my god. My top 10 locations, in case you're wondering, is the United States, Brazil, in order from 1 to 10. United States, Brazil, Thailand, France, United Kingdom, Vietnam, Italy, Netherlands, India, and Japan. Gathered on views from Japan, with 62% of them being 35 to 44-year-olds. Well, that's what they put as in their YouTube age, I assume, or their Google account age. I assume they're probably a bit younger than that, I guess. But that's something to think about. The United States, it's the 18 to 24 range, as I said before. In Brazil, it's the 18 to 24. It's the highest percentage of who watches me. The age range. Yeah, the highest percentage of the people who watch me, and that's their age range. France is 35 to 44-year-olds. In Vietnam, it's 25 to 34-year-olds. In Italy, it's 35 to 44-year-olds. Oh, that's Vietnam. Yeah, it's Vietnam. In Italy, it's the same thing, actually. In Netherlands, it's 18 to 24. In India, it's 18 to 24. And Japan, as I said, it's 35 to 44. Interesting. Interesting. Most people watch from my YouTube watch page. What looks like It's like somebody watched my channel on some other YouTube other, which I think it means like on another website, because there are actually websites out there that just like host YouTube videos. It's kind of weird, but they're usually written with ads. I guess they watch my video on there or something. I guess people on YouTube Red actually watch my videos a lot. What? I'm looking at this, and YouTube Red views is 45. Yep, the YouTube Red watch time is 494. So doing some quick math here, these guys at least watched 10 minutes of a video when they watched. Unless one person just watched, you know, I don't know, a video. Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, that's pretty interesting to know, I suppose. I don't know why I'm talking about this on a YouTube channel, on my YouTube video, but you know, this is now a long video. It's so long. It's so long, guys. Looks like most people actually watch me on their mobile phone. That's quite interesting, actually. That's actually quite interesting to know that a lot of people that watch my videos actually watch it on their mobile phone, which kind of makes sense, actually. The way the resolution of my videos are, it's kind of perfect for watching on a mobile phone. You see, me, I watch my videos. I never watch my videos in full screen. I never play my games full screen either. So it's kind of interesting that there are that's kind of a I don't know how to I guess there's a parallel between me and the people who watch my videos. Well, I've been gaining subscribers more than I'm losing them, so that's good. Oh, the only subscriber I lost is because of... Oh, nope, I lost a lot more from people unsubscribing for me, which is fine. I don't really care if people unsubscribe for me as long as they do it because they're... If they do it because they don't like my videos or whatever, then I think that's perfectly fine. But if they... Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem with people unsubscribing as long as they do it for a good reason, I suppose. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? You know, I think part of the reason why is because I just kind of want to get this series over and done with. I think many people kind of want it to be over and done with. Because I think as of this point, this is my longest running series. And, I don't know if it... Longest running series in terms of videos, how many videos it has. I don't know if it's the longest, like, you know, series of videos. And by that I mean if you know, add up all the video times compared to all my other series. What is, you know, like, I don't know if I think this is actually the longest, and some stages actually took me an hour. In terms of playtime, I think it is my longest one. I don't think I did another RPG that I think if there were longer RPGs that I could have finished, I haven't finished them. So I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Actually, we won't. I don't know. I sometimes get on too much of a tangent. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please, please. Where am I in the stage? Genjus. They're pretty cool enemy, I must admit. Well, I think that's why I defeated Margaret first, because she would just happen to be closer to me. I think I showed my failed attempt at a certain turn, but I loaded a quick save immediately after I failed, or no, I couldn't win. So, we'll see, Well, you'll see. I just need to find out what the next game I'm gonna play is. It's been so... I haven't recorded in a long time, and that's mainly because of... I don't know what game I want to play and finish. It was gonna be Yeast Memories that's all set up for a while, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm always open to any suggestions for games to play. As I've mentioned in many videos before. Too far. My chair is too squeaky. But yeah, I'm open to any suggestions. So if you have a suggestion for a game that you want me to play, then suggest it. The worst thing that can happen is I say no. Well, you know what's an interesting game? Free game that I've been following for a while was Pokemon Academy Life, something like that. Hang on. It's a fan-made visual novel, and it's pretty good. There's no Pokemon Academy Life. Yeah, there we go. There's no suggestive content in there, but it's pretty good. I like the writing in it. So if you're interested, it's free, because you know it's fan-made. You can find it on Game Jolt. I don't know if that has some stigma on it, but yeah, it's a pretty good game. So if you're interested in something to do for a few hours, then I suggest that is a good thing to do. Because there's not too much you can do right now, but you'll spend, like, if you're trying to go for everything that you can do in the demo, you'll spend an hour or two on it. Well, 2 or 3 hours, I think, if you're trying to do everything in the demo. Otherwise, it'd probably just be an hour, maybe. I don't call it the game times, but there's an okay amount of content in it. Well, there's a lot of, maybe, how should I put this? There's a lot of well done content in it. No, all the content that's in there right now is well done. Yeah, that's what I need to say. Although, from this, I've kind of learned that if I want to get these videos to be a lot shorter, then I probably need to speed up a lot more during these Super Robot War videos. It's something I've realized, and I'm glad that I stopped doing these live. I'm really glad I stopped doing these live, because I would have probably been frustrated at a few points. Even at the beginning, I was kind of getting frustrated when it took me a few tries to finish the stage. Let's see here. Well, I definitely know that the next Super Robot Wars game I'm gonna play is the original Z. So I plan on finishing the Z trilogy before I move on to another Super Robot Wars game, I think. Maybe after I'm done with the original Z, I'll go on to J, but it's either J or the Z series that I'm gonna do. The main reason I'm doing these videos for the games is just to get them a bit more recognition, because a lot of channels that do some Super Robot Wars content usually do exclusively Super Robot Wars, but if not Super Robot Wars, they usually do what is it, mech stuff exclusively or anime stuff exclusively. It's kind of, they usually do something where Super Robot Wars has some sort of I guess following, I should say. Yeah, and my channel kind of is just a gaming channel in general, so getting this game some I guess publicity is what I'm trying to do, I guess, because I love this series to death. It's one of my favorite game series of all time. Like I said, I like the series so much that I actually import from Japan to get the games new. UX was actually the first game I got new, I think. Yeah, UX was the first game, like, I got it like a week after it came out, or 2 weeks after it came out. What I usually do is I buy it from a seller in Amazon that already has it in the US, in an Amazon warehouse, so I don't have to worry about like import taxes or anything like that. It does cost a bit more, but I'm not too worried about costs, as long as I know I can get the game reliably. And Super Robot Wars games are expensive anyway, in Japan even, because of licensing costs. But actually, I just realized the next Super Robot Wars game I may do may be the new OG one. That I think about it, the new OG one's coming out, because I might want to wait until I do J before I do that one, but I'm gonna do it, I think, because that one, if I get the Southeast Asian version, will have English subtitles, and that's interesting. Maybe broken English, but it's English, you know. It's something. I think the reason they did that is so that us importers. This probably was part of the reason so that us importers could get something in English, because I think Bandai Namco, I believe they're the people who made this game, or is now making the games. Yeah, I believe they're the ones who make these games now. I think it was Band Presto before, but I think they've gone under, so to speak. Or they fused with Bandai Namco. I forget how it goes, but yeah, so that's exciting. Maybe later, you know, a proper English version will come out of the game, because maybe if the game does sell well in Southeast Asia, or maybe if they see enough people are kind of interested in, maybe they'll release another game here. Because the problem is that I don't believe the OG 1 and OG 2 on the Game Boy Advance actually sold very well. I could be wrong on that, but I don't believe they sold amazingly, which is why I guess they're kind of meh about, you know, releasing the games here. But who knows? Even if it's the OG games, if it's some sort of Super Robot Wars in English, I'm happy. It depends on the OG game, actually. What was it? The OG games, which have the robots that are like, was it SD? SD stands for super deformed in this case, and well, nowadays that Super Robot Wars mechs aren't like super deformed, super deformed. They're kind of a bit just like a bit mushed, I guess you could say. They look a lot closer to how they're supposed to look like nowadays. And what was I going on? What was I gonna say? I had a point I was gonna make with that, but I don't remember. What was I gonna say? This is gonna bother me for the rest of the day. What was I going to say? So this is the reason why I said have some units in the top left here. Because what happens is, well, actually the main reason I kept this in is because of this animation. I didn't feel like editing back in this animation or watching through it again. That's Gaio. I don't think I show many of his attacks in the final stage. I think I barely show any. I don't think I show any at all, actually. But this is the reason. There's two boss units on the left. And, well, I can't really get to them now, can I? Oh no. Whatever shall I do? I think I may... I think I may show a bit of this attempt. Or did I already cut? I don't remember. No. I definitely did not cut yet. I think this is when I load the save state. Is this one? I do it. Say load save state. I keep saying save state. Quick save. Quick save. Well, I'll load the quick save eventually. What I did to save myself this time is to actually use the battleships. So what you can do is that you can load a unit into a battleship, into one of the battleships, in one turn. And next turn, move the battleships. Then you can have the unit come out of the battleship. After you move them the next turn, have them use a spirit, have them use spirits, and then go on and attack the enemy. So that's a good way to get your units a bit farther than they can on their own. Quickly, I suppose. Otherwise, you could technically use XL if they have it. But, yeah. I didn't do everything exactly the same as the other turn, because I believe in the other turn, in the last attempt, because I think, what is it, I used the units I put into the, I think what I did before is that the units I put into the battleship this time, I had them attack these guys instead of going into the battleship. But yeah, otherwise, this is all you really need to do for this stage, pretty much. It's a bit difficult, but nothing impossible. The last stage was where you really... It's beneficial to have some advanced knowledge of how the stage is going to go. And you kind of have to play a different play style than you normally would. I'm not the best at this game because I think the most optimal strategies for this game is to have a bunch of spirits that lower morale and then lower the morale of a boss until to the point where they can't do anything. Or, well, I think that's a good strategy for the final boss. Because what you can do in the final stage is that Gaio will ask you a question, and if you answer the second, if you pick the second option, I think both times. It'll only be one time if you pick the first option, but if you pick the second time 2 times, he'll be level 99 and have a lot more HP. I wouldn't recommend that until you're on at least a second playthrough, because I recall that I did do that for a second playthrough and I had a tough time then. I wouldn't recommend that for a first playthrough. You can do it, it's just going to be difficult. So yeah. Go Brasta. Trying to remember, what was I going to say about Super Deformed earlier? Can't remember. Maybe I was going to try to talk about something else, and Super Deformed just popped into my head, and I just said it without realizing what I was talking about. That's probably it. It's been kind of a long day today, which is why I guess I'm kind of a bit meh. Although when am I not meh? Oh god, Banjo. Does he die? I think he does. Oh no, he survives. You go, Banjo. Hugo. I think his name is Banjo. The guy who probably it's Titan. Titan 3. I believe Trider, Titan 3, and Zambot. I forget if it's Zambot 3, but I believe they were animated by the same company. I think that's why they have combination attacks. I mean, they're kind of similar robots to begin with. I think having Margaret join you in this game is not canon. I say that because I'm fairly certain that she's still an enemy in the next game. I think I just barely was able to defeat this guy. Don't recall his name. See, well, if his name pops up again, will I be able to recognize it? That's his name. Yeah, that's what its name was. I recall that he had the same character as one of his characters, and his name is the same as Amuro's. I believe it's the M in Amuro that he is the same, because I'm. And hey, it's Asakim. Asakim. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm dead though. Yeah, there we go. There's IM and there's the SR point. I was kind of scared because I think usually the SR point pops up before a cutscene happens like that. Well, before a cutscene happens at the end. But I think the reason it didn't was because that cutscene had a battle animation. But anyway, that's it for this episode. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye!